All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like here. All righty. We're waiting for everybody to get online here. I got an online for Facebook. I got an online for YouTube. All right, we're ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing today? Go ahead and press how you're doing today in the chat. I should be able to see you. I've kind of made some tweaks here. I hope it works. So if somebody can hear my voice and would like to test it out just to be nice, go ahead and press hello or hi or, something in there so I can see it pop up on my screen. That's what I'm hoping for. And we'll get started in about another 10 seconds here. I won't keep you too long because today is an awesome video that I am excited to give and share. And so, yeah, we're good to go, ladies and gentlemen. So, how's it going? I hope it's going well, man. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a fantastic weekend. We'll talk about that here in a second. But today, this is the beta project, ladies and gentlemen. And today is, let's see. Oh, hey. Hey, Mandy, how are you? I can read it. So, good. So, what people write now, I can actually see on the screen. This is awesome. I'm excited. I get to talk to people. Ooh, it's going to make me so much better. All right. So, good morning, Mandy. So today is the beta. It's the beta project here. Today is September 21st, 2020, and it's The Fruit You Produce is the name of the title of the video here. And I just want to say a happy 40th wedding anniversary to Michelle and Ernest Tunstall. Those are my parents. Amazing day. We're going to talk about that. And today's quote is leading by example. You say it, do it, coach it, live it. And that's by Rick Conlow. I don't know who he is, but I like the quote. Okay. So let's go ahead and let me bring myself online. I love the wedding so much, like it so nice that I dressed up twice. You know what I mean? I just feeling good in my good suit, just do my dance. And so, we really wanted a lot of people to be at this wedding, and I know a lot of people wanted to be at this, vow renewal that my parents had, but with the COVID situation in the church and the way they're set up, we weren't allowed to invite a lot of people. Thank you for Sister Hall. Thank you for crashing the wedding. I couldn't have had it no other way without you being there, so I appreciate you doing that. But we're going to go right into this about the fruit you produce. So, unfortunately, whenever I did the video for my parents, we were recording and Facebook Living. Unfortunately, I messed up and the sound was bad. But one of the things I did in there is I thank my parents for being a great example of a person to follow. And a great example of what marriage should be and what marriage could be if you find the right person and you invest and you put the time into them and you really want to indulge with somebody. If you put in the time correctly, then you can create these beautiful, magical things of families and all these people that you're affecting. And I thank them for that because I don't know if I've ever said to them, thank you for being that example that I will, when I find my wife, and I get a chance to treat her the way she deserves to be treated and be there for her the way she's supposed to be upheld and withhold and love her and respect her and, be there for her. My parents set that example. And so I just wanted to say, and I'm going to read this from exactly what I put in here. It says, this is based on my parents' 40th vow renewal because 40 years is a long time. That's longer than I've been alive. They were married and then they decided about me. But the love they had has lasted 40 years. And ladies and gentlemen, we know in today's society that lasting longer than 5 years is a long time. 10 years is a long time. Because everybody decides that it's a much easier for us to get somebody new and, probably start again than to try to work through the things. And I just want to, my parents, they let me know that it's possible to, Marcus, stay true to the focus. Don't let somebody else come into your life and leave what you're building behind because you're creating something massive. And so what I said is, sometimes we've got to be the example to somebody. And the cool thing about being an example to somebody is, my dad and my mom were an example to me. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, the cool thing about being an example is that examples have the example have the ones who are speaking up, they're there, and they also have the ones who are hiding in the background, the ones we may not know of, the ones we may not see, the ones who may not be seeing anything. For example, I do these videos and hope to be, an example for somebody to maybe have a stronger, better life, future, change courses. We're always one step away from a whole different life. One step this way changes our course completely. Think about a ship. All you got to do is you turn the rotor this way and then you go from drifting this way to drifting out this way. So you don't know who's watching you. So if you're an example of quality at all times, then what happens is people who may not be stepping up and saying that they're watching you are seeing what you're doing. And my parents, and I realized that my parents have been such an inspiration for so many by the comments that I've been receiving and the post on the Facebook, even though it was a bad quality, I apologize. But all these different things, ladies and gentlemen, what happened is they're creating a legacy. And I actually talked to my mom yesterday, and I told her about, what one of my friends said about how great it was just to be in that atmosphere and to really go out there. By the way, shout outs to JD Duncan. You, sir, I can't even, words can't explain how happy my family was that you were there and you were part of this day. But I told her, I was like, Mom, I got a special message and about how you're a great example and how your example sets the example and sets the tone for things in the future and how you can be a great this, that. And then my mom's like, you know what? I prayed that is exactly what happened. That our love would create something that would span the test of time and that we could be example for our kids and other people. And I was like, that is awesome. And that's where I got this video, because what my parents did is they planted the seed 40 years ago, and now that the tree is grown, they're reaping the fruit. The fruit comes through me and my brothers as we bring home these astonishing people that are mates for us. And my brother and his wife have now, got 2 children, and those are fruits of fruits. And the thing is, they've learned all this based on the fact that my parents decide, hey, we're going to make this happen. We're going to stay with it. And we're going to be together forever. And we're going to start growing our family. And a family tree starts as the root and it grows out. And obviously, the fruit that they are comes from their parents and their grandparents and their great-grandparents. So I'm just a branch on this tree. But the amazing part about it is, ladies and gentlemen, that at the end of the day, they decided that, hey, this is the way it should be. We want to be someone that people can look up to. I've got play sisters. I got stepsisters. I got people who want to, that are Brian Beard and Toya and let's see, hold on. I got to think of Jazz and Ashley and Brianna and all these other people, Doug, and my goodness, there's so many people, Mike Hoffman and Kyle and all of my extended family. We just kind of adopted in. And I know there's a lot more of you that I didn't mention. But the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, you are a part of our family because you decided that the example that my parents were setting came through us. You were a magnet to us because of what my parents did before us. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to do is I want you to be an example so great that people want to emulate you and follow you because they see that you're going on the right path. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I want you to think about, okay? I want you to remember something, that people are watching at all times. As a matter of fact, I got a quote in here for you. Let me bring that up. This is example. My parents, they knew this. Children close their ears to advice. Man, how many times do you tell people what to do and they're not listening? But they open their eyes to your example and they follow and they emulate you. If you don't believe me, if you have kids, look at what they're doing whenever they're following and walking around and they're walking around in the high heel shoes. Who are they emulating? They're emulating you because they are watching you. They may not hear you because they've closed their ears, but they're watching everything you do. And either they're going to follow you or they're going to use you for the exact example of what not to do. Okay, so I want you to be so great that people want to emulate you and follow you, ladies and gentlemen, because they love the path that you're going on and they see that you're going down the right path. And so yesterday, Pastor Dave was talking, and he always says this quote, and I love it. And I want to add this in here: "Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future." And I love that because that's such a powerful quote. Whoever you're around is who you're going to be around, ladies and gentlemen. It's part of your cluster. But the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, there's another piece. Yeah, your friends and your future, but guess what? Another piece is who you follow. So you have friends here, and you can also be following the right direction. Maybe you're going in the right direction and bringing your friends with you, but ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you're following the right people, not just with the wrong people. Who are you following? That's what I want you guys to think about. Who is your example for love? Who is your example for success? I've got a mentor, MT. You know who she is. I've got a mentor for success. I got a mentor for marriage. All these things are being put into place. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, I made a choice. And I understood that by following the people who understood something I didn't see is the way to get things that I don't have. Okay? Let me bring back this other quote here. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to say it. You got to say you want to follow somebody. You got to do it. These leading by example. My parents told me what to do. Then they did it. Then they're coaching their son on it as he's growing up on how to treat women and how to be respectful of yourself and other people. And now you live it, ladies and gentlemen. See, all these pieces come into play because I am living proof of what they said when they started. Saying it was the seed they planted. Me living it is the fruit that bears. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, so the last quote here, is that the one? Nope. Yep, this is right here. The last quote I have for you, ladies and gentlemen, is that a good example has twice the value of good advice. People can talk all day long, ladies and gentlemen. How many times have you ever heard somebody say, man, if you want to lose weight, man, you got to eat this other stuff. And they're slopping down cake and biscuits and gravy. Or man, if you want to be successful, man, you got to do this. But you know that they don't have anything to show that would prove that they have done the work to get there. Ladies and gentlemen, so here's what I want you to do is I want you to remember that people can say anything. They can say this and do that. But what I want you to understand and remember, ladies and gentlemen, that it is always your choice to do whatever you want. But at the same time, you get to pick your mentors. You get to pick your leadership. You get to pick the person you follow. And you have to realize at some point in time, ladies and gentlemen, if you're following somebody and you're going down the wrong path and you notice you just went from sunshine to darkness and there's the spooky trees from the cartoons that are over you like, woo! And you're starting to realize that the path is starting to lose, and you realize that the person in front of you who's leading you is not necessarily leading you in the most positive way. You have to take stock and say, okay, it's time for me to stop following you. But that's something you need to decide. And that's the cool part about it, ladies and gentlemen, is that you get to produce fruit. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, and it's the hardest thing for people to understand because, especially my age, you're 30, 40, blah, 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 maybe you don't have kids or whatever, but you're planting seeds right now that will grow. And it's not going to be something that's just going to show up automatically, but maybe 2, 3, 4, 10 years down the road, what you plant right now will create. If you're not happy, you've got to make changes to become happy. If you're not willing to do that, ladies and gentlemen, all you're doing is planting bad seeds. And bad seeds that have been cooked, produce no fruit. And I want you to realize that, ladies and gentlemen, all we are is a collection of what was before us. So we need to set the bed for what will be after us. And so now it's time to get ready and start setting that groundwork to produce the fruit that will ripen one day down the line, and your lineage will continue. What will you leave this world? What will be the fruit that you produce for this world, ladies and gentlemen? You got to remember, like, you can tell anybody anything, but first of all, you got to say it. You got to do it. You got to coach it, and you got to live it. And not only do you have to live it, you have to coach it so well through your actions that they start to live it too. Does that make sense? I hope it does, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope it does. And I just want to tell you that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Have a great day. Thank you, Robert, for being on here. Thank you, Mandy, for being on here. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And you guys have a great day. Thank you again, Mom and Dad, for the prime example of what a man's supposed to do and who a man's supposed to be, and who I'm supposed to be in this world and help people and be there for people and to be able to give to people to my nth degree. No matter how they treat me, I've got to step up and stand up and be. Now, I can leave a situation, but I still must give with my heart in a full capacity. And that's what I love to see. That's what I love to see from other people. That's what I love to see from myself. And I hope one day that I get a chance to see the fruits that I plant. And that's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mandy. You're so crazy, Mandy. Anyways, guys, have a blessed day. Take care of yourselves. Happy Monday. Let it go and be great until next Monday, and I give it to you again. But yes, happy Monday. I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.